Hello dear students, my name is Vikram Nalode. I am an assistant professor in the Department of Mechanical Engineering. I am working at SITCOE, Yedra Itsukanji. In today's lecture, we will discuss some components of steering system. So let's start today's lecture. We'll discuss its contents first of all. So here the contents are, we'll go through the objectives of today's lecture, then we'll discuss linkage system, and then general arrangement and layout of the steering system. So let's go for the objective. Today's objective is to study various linkages and arrangement of the steering system. The basics of the steering system we have already covered in previous lecture. So here this is the steering. Generally it is an assembly of the linkages that are used to provide the directional control to the vehicle. So while the rotation of the steering wheel gives the direction to the wheels in angular manner, generally steering system is a collection of the components and linkages which allow the vehicle to follow the desired track, that is to make the vehicle turn, recover from the turn, and go down the road in a straight direction in response to command inputs from driver. Essentially, the steering system enables the driver to guide the automobile along the road and turn right or left as desired. Generally, the diagram which represents the number of components which are required in the steering system. General components, these are as following, like steering wheel, so which is controlled by the driver, then steering gear, this one, generally which increases the mechanical advantage and converts rotary motion of the steering wheel into the straight line motion that moves the steering linkages. And the next component is different steering linkages which transmit the steering gear movement to the front wheels for their proper alignment. All vehicles use front wheel steering, whether or not they drive is the front wheels, and irrespective of engine position. The steering system in connection with the suspension system greatly affects the directional stability at higher speeds, particularly for rear wheel driven wheels. So in next slide we will discuss the primary and secondary functions of the steering system. As we have already discussed, the primary function, that is to achieve the angular motion, and that angular motion is achieved by rotation of the steering wheel, that is useful to negotiate a turn. So here it is mentioned that convert the rotary motion of the steering wheel into the angular motion of the front road wheels. Apart from the primary function of the steering system, some of the secondary functions are also important for consideration, that is to provide directional stability of the vehicle when going straight ahead. Means not only the movement from rotary to angular motion, this is also very important, that directional stability is very important. Then next function is to provide perfect steering condition. The perfect steering condition in the sense the perfect rolling motion of the road wheels at all the times. Then next function is it is to facilitate straight ahead recovery after completing a turn. Means after taking a turn, that it has to come back to its position where it was started. And next function is to minimize the tire wear. That is also very important. So in that manner, steering has to be in very controlled manner. Then what are the requirements of a perfect steering system? That is also very important term. So first requirement that should be a very accurate and easy to handle, because whoever drive the vehicle, that should feel the accuracy, and that system should be easy to handle by the driver. The next requirement, the effort required to steer, that should be minimum, and it must not be tiresome to the driver. Means driver should not be tired by putting much more effort on the steering to give the proper direction or to achieve the stability. Then the requirement is the steering mechanism should also provide directional stability. So that is a function here, but it is in the category of the requirements. This implies that vehicle should have a tendency to return to its straight ahead position after turning. Means it should come back to its actual position where it was started. So these are primary, secondary functions and requirements of the steering system. Now as we have discussed in the previous slides, steering system is a combination of number of linkages those provides to transmit power from one point of the steering system to another. Means power in the sense it converts this rotary action to the angular motion, inline action. So in similar manner, the linkages are very important to studies, that it forms a connection of various links between steering box and front wheels. So it is meant to transfer the side to side or front to rear movement of the pitman arm, that is also called drop arm. All the point we will discuss in next slide. That into left to right movement at the wheel. So the form of steering linkage depends upon the vehicle type. It means whether the vehicle has independent front suspension or rigid axle type front suspension system. It means it is independent system, and this is conventional type of system. That part of basic introduction of suspension system we have already covered in previous lectures in the unit number 1. So thoroughly we will go through the suspension system in this unit also. So now we have to discuss about the general arrangement and the layout of the steering system. So all the points shown in the picture will be discussed one by one. So this is the steering wheel, then this is the steering column, in which steering shaft is present, which is to transmit the rotary motion to the linear motion. Then the important points, this is the tie rod, or which this is the drag link, and here this is the drop arm, this is the cross shaft, and here this is the steering gearbox. Along with that, this is the steering arm, and this is the knuckle. So all the points will be covered one by one. So in similar manner, from the top side, this is represented here. Means from this picture it is clear, this is the steering column as it is shown in this upper picture. This is the steering wheel. Then there it is the steering gearbox, which is the mechanism to transmit the motion from this point to this point. It transmits it to the wheels. Then this is the drop arm, that is here this is the drop arm. This is the drag link, and in this this is the drag link. This is the knuckle shaft, this is the knuckle arm, tie rod here, as it is shown in this picture. This is the tie rod, the tires over the wheels. This is the central axle central line. Knuckle shaft is represented. So one by one all the points will be covered. So first of all, let's discuss about the steering wheel. So I'll change the color to blue about the steering wheel. So let's discuss about the steering wheel. So generally vehicles are steered with the help of steering wheels, which is attached to the upper end of the shaft. So this is the shaft, and its lower end carries the steering gear. So this is the steering gear. The steering wheel is made up of steel ring having a screw machined hub with 2, 3 or 4 spokes and rims. These parts are fabricated into one piece by welding. The arrangement of these spokes is such that the driver has an unrestricted view of instrumental panel. The ring serves as the load bearing structure of the mechanism, and it is given a covering of molded rubber or plastic material. The steering wheel is so designed that it deforms under occupant effect. It does not splinter or break, and provides sufficient grip for secure steering. Generally, the notable aspects about the steering wheel, for a motor car, the wheel diameter lies between 42 to 45 centimeter. Means car to car it changes. So generally for motor cars it is 42 to 45 centimeter, whereas for commercial vehicles it is about 50 to 55 centimeter. So as we have discussed right now, so car to car or vehicle to vehicle, the size and the diameter of the wheel changes. Larger diameter helps to convert the force of driver into maximum torque. Then next point about wheel we'll discuss. The rim is elliptical in cross section and is so designed and dimensioned that the driver has a good grip due to the elliptical form of the wheels in some cases. Then the design of the hub may be such that it can house a part of turning signal, horn and vehicle hazard flash mechanism. So that is the advantageous part, that the signal inputs can be installed and implanted in on the turning wheel. Then the steering wheel of the telescopic type would allow the wheel to be moved out of or into the steering column as per convenience of the driver. Steering wheel generally have a fixed position. However, in some vehicles they have been tilted or located in a position that suits the driver. So these functions are provided to the means all latest type of cars and vehicles, that the positions of the wheels can be lifted up and it can be moved down at per the convenience of the driver side. So we have discussed very basic about the steering wheel, and we'll discuss all different parts of the steering mechanism in coming lectures. So in today's lecture our objective was to discuss the linkages. So we have covered some points, and remaining points will be covered in next coming lecture. So thank you so much.